What's good, my people? We're back again for another one on this here, the one and only Mystelics vlogs. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs. Welcome once again to all the people out on that, all over the place, guys, all over the world, guys. Of course, I'm with Mystelics. For those of you who don't know Mystelics, my name is Zimmy. Mystelics are me, and you are the, well, soon to be Mystelics family. Definitely, with that said, guys, subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get what all the videos as they come through when you do this. And give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that right there and then. Now, guys, for those of you who actually saw the reaction channel where I did of the individual who was speaking about her struggles in Dominica, we've actually raised some funds for her, guys, to be given every month in increments, guys, for her to get groceries. So definitely, guys, this is the information if you want to give in Dominica and the Caribbean. Definitely reach out via Mo Banking. Well, Mo Banking is pretty much in Dominica, but of course you guys can definitely check out the link on top there. Not the link, but the passing thing that you see on top there, guys, if you want to send a donation or something for her to get more stuff in this regard. They're trying their best to see if they can actually get her to school. I think there's a school that stated that they would like to take her in for free so she doesn't have to pay for schooling. And they're also trying to get an apartment for her. So they will be handling that stuff. And of course, if you want to give a contribution to what groceries and stuff, you can definitely do so. Of course, things are very expensive in Dominica. Don't get me wrong. Very, very expensive in this year, Dominica. And things are getting smaller and smaller by the pound, guys. No doubt about it. But it is what it is, guys. And of course, if you can actually help, definitely do that. And by linking up the stuff that's flying across the screen over and over and over right there and then. Okay, guys? And of course, we're trying, especially for the little baby. Guys, we cannot let the little baby feel like it is guilty of anything right there. So in totality, we're definitely trying to help them organize themselves. And of course, in doing that, via the contributions that have been made thus far and will be made in the future. Now, guys, with that said, yesterday, you know what happened yesterday, guys? Barbados, of course, Barbados also had an earthquake, guys. Now, guys, remember a few days before, Dominica and Guadeloupe actually experienced an earthquake as well. Early in the morning, about 12:51 a.m., guys. Of course, that was 4:51 UTC time. And of course, Barbados experienced that right there and then on Monday, guys. And this was, of course, a 5.2 earthquake on the 25th or 2:35 a.m. And of course, Barbados was shaken up by near Crane St. Philip. A number of persons were saying that it might be a bit more, 5.8. But best of the German Research Center for Geosciences, guys, they actually stated it was a 5.2 magnitude earthquake. But of course, there were monitoring services which also identified a second report from the United States Geological Survey, which listed the quake as a magnitude 5.5. Other agencies reporting the same quake, including France's Réseau, I pronounce that properly, National Surveillance Seismic, they reported it at a 4.8. And of course, the European Mediterranean Seismological Center indicated that it was a 5.5 magnitude earthquake, guys. So a number of earthquakes, stronger ones, I must say, because there have always been earthquakes all the time. Probably every minute there's an earthquake happening. It's just not as grand as these ones, and they're also very close as well to the surface. Yes, earthquakes tend to happen, but it seems like it's getting stronger and stronger every bit and time when it does take place. So be mindful of that, guys. Don't be shaken up too much. Don't do the holler shake. Be careful out there, guys, as earthquakes happen. And of course, that'll be a good sign for you to be careful right there. Talking about the very same systems of the climatic conditions involving the world right there, guys. Of course, Biden actually invited 40 world leaders to the Leaders Summit on Climate, guys. And of course, guess who was included? Antigua was included. Prime Minister Gaston Browne was included right there, who stated that he intends to make what? A robust contribution on behalf of all CARICOM countries when he participates in the summit meeting on climate organized by US President Joseph Biden. That's what he stated right there. And a number of persons have been stated, but wait a while, they invited Antigua. But what about Dominica? Didn't Dominica, now correct me if I'm wrong, guys, didn't Dominica admit or tell the world that they are the first climate resilient nation? How then are they not included in the Leaders Summit on Climate? Now I'm confused, because if Dominica is the first climate resilient nation, I myself don't know how it is that, but that is what they say to us, and maybe they try to sell that to the world and we're not seeing it here. Because what is climate resilient in Dominica? Why didn't they invite Dominica to the summit? It is interesting that probably, maybe it's not true. Maybe it was just something they said because of the hurricane, trying to get some monies and whatnot. Even though nothing has happened as a result of this. Are we the climate resilient nation? If so, how? Leave that in the comment box below. Labor rights, workers' rights, freedom, my poppy ice, all the ice that it have in Dominica. How are we climate resilient? But then the president of the United States, who is apparently in charge of the leaders climate conference or meeting, whatever, did not invite the climate resilient nation or the first climate resilient nation. Even though we are the ones being affected by this kind of terrible hurricanes. Antigua was not affected. But yet still we boast to be the first climate resilient nation, but we were not invited. Maybe because, just maybe because, we're not. Or we are lacking greatly when it comes down to this one. And then guys, somebody sent me this thing right there, stating apparently Scarlett and Vince Henderson were saying that they have a great relationship with the Biden administration. How then do you have a great relationship as a climate resilient or the first climate resilient nation? How then were you not invited? How then does that be? Because apparently they are selling to Dominicans, who apparently Dominicans apparently believing that we are actually that. Because the PM said that they are the first climate resilient nation, but that is not reflective on the rest of the world. So even if they're saying that to try to maybe fool Dominicans or Dominicans abroad, the rest of the world does not see it as that. They need to see the evidence to then say, okay, this is that, this is that. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. True or false? Because if you're saying something, you need to match it with the actions. Because we got a lot of money towards that thing, but then where did it go? The only thing that I noticed that apparently they did was to put the electrical lines on the ground. But putting electrical lines on the ground is not anything new to the other societies out there. It's not anything new. So how exactly are we climate resilient? Guys, I don't know. It making my head hit me. What are your thoughts, man? Leave that, of course, in the comment box below. Now, guys, talking about the very same situation. Somebody sent me this right there. Apparently, they have built a basketball court in the Windsor Park Stadium. This is outside. They built this in the outside zone of the stadium. This is also outside where rain can actually fall and disturb games. I remember back in the day, UWP were talking about building indoor gymnasiums, which you were actually going to build in that particular area right there. But of course, they uprooted it and threw it in the sea, and they gave us this stadium, which, by the way, is mainly used for concerts. The sports stadium is mainly used for concerts, not sports. Then they build a basketball court on the side of it, and then we think of this as some sort of progress. But I mean, rain can still come inside there and stop the games though. Plus there's no seats or nothing like that for people to properly be situated. People have to watch the game from outside the net, it seems. And people can actually say, but yes, we have a basketball court inside there where people can actually play games and stuff. But are you missing the whole picture? This is still outside. I mean, if you had an indoor gymnasium, you wouldn't have these problems right there. So games can actually go on. There can be competitions happening. You know, probably paying $1 for you to go inside there. You know, because something happen, you know, it can actually contribute to the maintenance of this thing. And work with that. Not true. Work with that thing. But I guess people not really thinking that way. But I guess they have basketball courts so people can play basketball. Not true. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on this? Leave that, of course, in the comment box below. Now, talking about sports right there, guys. Of course, Dominica and Panama recently had a football match. Of course, the qualifiers for the World Cup in Dubai, guys. And of course, Dominica lost, unfortunately. They lost 2-1. But they still felt good about themselves, considering that they actually scored a goal. And I think that is a wonderful thing right there. Yes, guys, they did much better than the last time. They even had a meeting amongst themselves, talking about that very thing right there.
Growing every time, fellas. Growing. Don't hang on your head. Yes, we disappointed. Yes, we lost. We could have won or drawn. But we did much better than our first game. Why? Because we got the first experience of what it is to put our foot on the ground and get up and play like Dominicans. That's why we do. A resilient nation, fellas. Hills and mountains, that's what we have. We steady going uphill. But it have a top and we'll reach it up. Just be patient and work. We just working.
So indeed, the boys definitely did their thing and scored a goal in this regard right there. So congratulations to the individual. And this, of course, is the individual who scored the goal in that game.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank God for the opportunity that I got to play today. Well, from the keeper, I saw that he was going to get the ball and give it to his player. So I don't think that, you know, I could get that opportunity to intercept the ball and shoot at goal. So I just took the chance that I got.
When the ball went at the back of the net, what did it mean to you? What was your reaction like?
Well, I was like, before I come in the game, I was always talking to myself, checking. Whether you have to score, you know, you have to do something. If we lose, you have to give something back to our nation to make them feel proud. So I just had to take the shot and I got it.
Tell me about, you know, how much it means to you, you know, to get those important goals for the country.
Well, it's all about our training and how hard we work. You just have to put it out on the field and do it for our country, play as a team, you know, do what the coaches ask us to do.
And at 1-1, Odell, for a moment there, it looked like Dominica could have pulled off the impossible and secured a point against Panama. What was going through your mind at that point in time?
Well, I would have been happy if we got the job, but God isn't going through everything, so that is what we could come out with today. I just want to thank my coaches, my parents, the supporters back at home, so to keep us going. So yeah.
So congratulations to the individuals out and large, including that of which the individual who scored the goal right there, giving Dominica one instead of Panama giving Dominica some love right there, guys. At least we still contended right there, and of course that is a good thing. So congratulations. So give this video a thumbs up for the Dominican footballers for doing their thing, and of course not getting a duck, so to speak, on the games right there. And of course they did much better than they did in the last one. Hopefully they'll get to win some games in the near future when the next one is. But with all that said, guys, there's apparently something happening in Dominica which can be considered racketeering right there. Apparently the labor division is in some sort of hot water, so to speak, guys. And of course, based on this article right there, according to Labor Commissioner Matthew Leblanc, on December 19th 2014, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit stated or informed him that he, the Prime Minister, had information and evidence that staff members of the Division of Immigration and Labor are involved in racketeering of visas and work permits. And apparently the Prime Minister had been said to have stated to the Labor Commissioner that while he could investigate and have persons arrested, he was giving Leblanc the chance to investigate and fix it right there. Guys, we see the situation involving some cash. This is some cash that apparently was caught or gotten in the Paybush cottage. It doesn't seem to be much, but this is US dollars right there, guys. However, I have been told that over $500,000 have been recovered, and there's some sort of thing that is taking place right there involving, or could also involve, the police and these other individuals right there for about 500,000 US dollars. Actually studied this in some video back, guys, when I heard what the Haitians was telling us that was happening to them. And the Haitian community need to come together to stop these things, because they are pimping the Haitian people in Dominica. Pimping. That is talking about pimping self. And of course, some individuals, I've heard, man, there's so much, oh my god, there's so much things out there, so much information, guys, that a lot of people don't seem to know. And I remember that they were taking monies from the Haitians. And with that said, guys, I received this memo stating, I am learning that police may have seized about 500,000 US dollars, and that more arrests have been made with some other people under investigation. Guys, when corruption is at the head, I mean, should there be any surprise in this? I actually saw something on the Mystelics family page stating that Dominica was once first under Spanish, then colonized by the French, and then colonized by the British Empire. And of course, over the years, Dominica gains its independence. And of course, they were stating that that very situation right there left room for a lot of mistrust and what? Corrupt leaders. It's interesting. Well, what else can I say, guys? What else can I say? But with that said, guys, definitely, guys, be real. Be positive. This is pretty much all about us for this one here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next Mystelics vlogs. Be real. Tell the wicked people them to stop their dirty ways. And with that said, guys, be real, be positive, and definitely, with the most I help as always. Definitely, guys, stay prayed up. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs.
One day I will blow. Something will go show. Wow, this life is a constant uphill battle, but it's also filled with some beautiful moments.